Glow plug relay repair. Now I introduce what consumables, parts and tools was used during this small project. I use standard multimeter for circuit testing, heat gun for glow plug relay opening, and soldering iron for new wires soldering. Next there is the following tools used in this project: workshop knife, for cutting glow plug relay cover. This method to open the glow plug relay cover is not the one option. More about it in the next slides. Other tools are tweezers, pliers and brushes. These tools, as you noticed, are not professional one. Persons who are working on soldering daily have special pliers for cutting wires, different size and forms of tweezers, but these tools you can easily find in your home if you decide to go on this project by your own. The graver tool. You can use any kind of graver tool with cutter head. Graver is used to prepare contact areas for soldering for only this exact project. You can try to solder new wires by trying to melt the old originally applied solder material. But in fabrication there was used some kind of soldering technique that needs some special soldering conditions, some specific soldering flux or paste, and very high heat source. In that way you can try to heat up the back of glow plug relay. There is a heat sink, and if you want to reach melting point of contact areas you must generate high levels of heat. With soldering iron you need hold it for long time. If you do this type of soldering you must be very careful to not damage the SMD elements of PCB by overheating. So I decided to use graver for mechanically clean contact areas. Preparation for soldering. For soldering I used rosin or colophony, number 1 in picture, flux, number 2 in picture, lead metal with flux, number 4 in picture, wire, flux dispenser, number 3 in picture. For soldering that is performed not on the new PCB boards can be used flux liquid, Topnik RF 800. There are many different brands. Choose your best. For better heat distribution on soldering plate I prepare flux with rosin. Just crush the rosin and put it into dispenser together with flux, RF 800. Rosin will melt in flux because flux has acid parts. Take care what kind of flux you are using. There are two types, which need to wash after soldering and other not need washing. As mentioned above, some flux has acid parts, so if they will be not washed after soldering they can damage PCB. Special fluids and sealants. For PCB cleaning before and after soldering use IPA, isopropyl alcohol. You can get it in any electronics or material store, see number 2 in picture. Also can be used any kind of contact cleaner, see number 3 and 4 in picture. For finishing of glow plug relay after soldering, before closing the cover apply heat resistant sealant on part after soldering. As example you can use Worth RTV, see number 1 in picture. Car diagnostics tools. In my case I used KDCN, NPA, car diagnostics cable and ISTAD soft. You can use any kind of diagnostics tool. ISTAD is more comfortable and very clear to see where is the problem, especially working on BMW cars. Possible causes for glow plug relay malfunction. Fault code, 4A07, alternator fault. The problem is 12-volt supply on your glow plug. Caused by wiring between alternator and glow plug relay. Fault code, 4203, glow plug control unit. No communication via bit serial data interface. Caused by glow plug relay malfunctions. Also check fault code, 4A07. Fault codes, 4212, 4222, 4232, 4242, 4252, 4262. In accordance for engine cylinders glow plugs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, there is an options for this faults. Option 1, glow plugs do not working and need to be replaces. Option 2, malfunction of glow plug relay. Also check fault code, 4203. Before replacing glow plug relay you need to test the glow plugs and all wiring. Wiring between glow plugs and glow plug relay. Wiring from glow plug relay and alternator. How to troubleshoot glow plugs, also see video link in description. This is glow plug relay wiring diagram. This diagram can be found in ISTAD soft. How to find wiring diagram, see video link in description. There is shown which contact connects which glow plug inside glow plug relay, and how to count contacts from outside of glow plug. There I want to show you how to check open contact inside glow plug relay. This is for checking if glow plug needs repair. Measure between 12V terminal and glow plug outputs. If the resistance goes to infinity, there is possible short circuit. By manufacture there are multiple wires between elements. During multimeter test on small currents, there can be impossible see not fully broken wire. If it is possible, use glow plug relay tester, where output is loaded with light bulb as example. Blank light or no light shows you improper circuit. There you can see testing of glow plug relay with multimeter, set on resistance measuring function. This testing represents the fixed and working glow plug relay. In the upper right corner you can see the diagrams representing glow plug relay pins relation with glow plugs. As you can see, measurement is performed by measuring between main 12 input contact and outputs to the glow plugs. Also, as you can see, polarity takes its matters. Swapping polarity, the value of resistance changes. These measurements are very general and not very accurate, but you can use it like reference equivalent for other relays. In case if there is broken wire between contacts inside glow plug, the resistance in both polarity sides will be infinity. Now let's talk how to open glow plug relay. During manufacturing of relay, the upper cover is sealed with some kind of special glue. In this slide I shown possible cutting locations. Dashed line in left picture shows the perimeter of sealed surface of glow plug cover, the right side picture show possible cutting vectors. There are many options how to open it even without cutting the cover. I will try to show you some of them. In some examples I found how to open relay by cutting the cover. Lines 1, 2, and 3 shows cutting vectors. There are multiple ways how to open glow plug relay cover. Upper cover is glued or heat welded in manufacturing. This time I decided to cut on a vector marked 1 by perimeter with cover with hot knife. Knife can be heated with factory fan, heat gun, up to 200 degrees Celsius. When knife is hot it is easy to cut this plastic cover. If cutting on perimeter marked 1, cutting angle is 90 degrees, if cutting on perimeter marked 2, cutting angle should be 45 degrees. There is shown the way how to open glow plug relay cover by heating. With hot air soldering station you can adjust the temperature. Increase the temperature little by little until sealant becomes soft and you will be able to open the top cover. Do not put too much heat on cover, as a result you will melt the plastic cover. As you already understand, you need to work on red square marked area. Now let's talk how to prepare relay for soldering. I used tweezers to remove old wires and all jelly material from contact areas. For washing the PCB board was used IPA and contact cleaner. There you can see how it looks before and after cleaning. For preparations of contact areas I used a graver tool. During manufacturing the wires are welded using some special soldering pasta. If you want melt the soldered old contacts you need generate a lot heat on these areas. You need heat up the back of relay. There is head shield plate which you need to heat up to get enough heat to melt the solder on contacts from PCB side. There is a risk to damage PCB, too much heat can damage some SMD elements on PCB. In my case I chosen to use engraver and milling of contact areas until you see copper. I used a graver tool with spinning speed adjustment. Use sphere cutter tool. Do not go on high speeds and do not push too hard on contact while engraving. The tool can get stuck and jump suddenly and damage near PCB elements. Use eye protection and dust mask. In this slide you can see how the contact areas looks like after cleaning. Areas are engraved until the copper contact material is seen. There you can see how it looks after soldered contact areas. After engraving of contact areas it is very easy to solder new wires. For soldering I used flux and soldering wire with flux inside. Do not forget to flush the PCB board with contact cleaner after soldering to remove acid residues which gets on PCB while applying flux material. First heat up contact surface with soldering iron. Then apply solder on soldering iron tip. Touch heated contact and you will see how solder spreads on contact area. While holding soldering iron in contact you can add more solder if needed. Finally hold for a few seconds more while solder becomes shiny silver color. It means that solder is in pure contact with soldered area and there is no oxidation. Before start of soldering add flux or paste on contact which you are going to solder. How to prepare and what kind of flux to use was discussed earlier. Flux has acid parts in solution, it cleans the contact area. Flux also creates better heat transferring on contact area. With flux or soldering paste you can gain best soldering performance and it becomes much more easier to solder. There you can see fully soldered new wires. Choose any wire you want, in my case I taken the wire which would be easy to bend and solder. Do not forget to flush one more time after soldering to remove acid residues left from flux while soldered. Glow plug relay closing. It is good practice to test the circuit before applying sealant on wires. Best it would be done with test kit or install the relay in vehicle and read live parameters. In case of something missing it would be easy to repair. PCB board sealing and glow plug relay closing. For very last finish, apply the Worth RTV silicone on wires on PCB board. This silicone resists heat. Close the cover. You can use heat-resistant sealant or glues for removed cover reinstallation.